energies around languages as well, different energies, different vibrations. And if our children don't have that from the very beginning, like you say, they lose a part of themselves completely, and they're walking in the world trying to navigate who they are. That's why it's so easy for people to validate who we are, because we don't know who we are. And people are telling you, oh, this is who you were. The history then comes into it. You know, the culture comes into it. Your heritage comes into it. And if it's yours to inherit, why are we not giving it to our children? By the time our children were 2 years old, they were completely bilingual.
Wow.
And this is what amazes me about children, which even us as adults, we couldn't even figure out. Children compartmentalize things in their minds where they would see somebody, it doesn't matter whether they were black, whether they were white, whether they were Chinese. And I don't know what it is, because at that time they couldn't really express what it was to us. But what we did see the evidence of was that they would see somebody and they would be able to tell immediately whether you could speak English or whether you could speak Chi. And they would speak to you in a language that they thought you would be able to understand.
It's looking magical. It's giving me thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because they say from the time the child is a baby to age 5, they absorb so much. And from then it's harder to put certain things in their mind. So this is the time to really cultivate that level of knowledge and intelligence and all of that in the child. So where we can, that mother tongue is paramount. Also for their foundation. They need it as a foundation first and foremost. In the West, we found that people who came in, so like the Polish, the Turkish, the Chinese, the Spanish, most of them, their children don't speak English until they're about 7, because they want to solidify who they are first, you know. So there's nothing wrong with learning another language. In fact, it actually stimulates the mind. It opens up the brain. But when you superimpose somebody else's language over your child, you're indirectly telling your child that they don't matter, that somebody else matters, and then eventually they have more of a trust for that somebody else than themselves. That's why we find ourselves not supporting each other's businesses, not supporting each other's, because it's economical, and there's an agenda behind it. So we need to get from the grassroots, enable our children to grow up trusting each other, then it will build our economies, and we can go anywhere in the world and survive.
And just to add to what you said, Ni, I mean, I remember you said in the diaspora, but it's also at home.
Yes, it's another challenge to hear.
Definitely.
Because you go to homes and you see them speaking English with their children.
Yeah. So I mean, like I'm saying, it's almost, I say, it's a global issue with those of African descent, both at home and in the diaspora, where we must take stock. We must realize where we are, and give our children what it is they're supposed to give. I always used to say, somebody say, oh, when you go to school, they're there to teach you maths, English, and academics. But there's certain things which the house is supposed to teach you, and the house is supposed to teach you about yourself and your identity.
Yeah, and just to also add to what you said, I think although the system or the school is there to teach the children, I remember over here there was something that was introduced to the schools that said that you couldn't speak vernacular in the school. And that's an agenda, because it traumatizes our children. The language we'll never be able to speak English as good as the native English speaker, and the native English speaker will never be able to speak Chi or Ga or Ewe as good as we can speak it, So we have to, it's funny, one more thing, I teach the children everything. So from science to maths to everything, we learn it in Chi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And my son, my 3-year-old, will say to you, "Ode ba ko ka ba ko ho a ubenya mienu. Ode ye ni pedua, wo wadwene, wo wuntini." That's your veins. Intini kesiye is your arteries.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, intini kitwa is your smaller veins. And so the children, they understand things so much more than when you teach them in English. So the English didn't actually come to teach us anything. They just came to teach us their language. That was it.
Everything.
Yeah.
You're doing so good.
Oh.
I didn't know this. Teaching science in the mother tongue.
In the mother tongue.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. And a lot of things I didn't know.
So
I had to go look. Yeah.
So indirectly, it was even building you.
Absolutely. Sometimes even me more so. And it builds a relationship between you and your children, because it teaches your children that you don't know everything, and they respect you more because they realize that mommy and daddy are also learning,
Recording?
Yeah.
So finally you moved back to Ghana.
Yes, we moved back.
How is life in Ghana?
Charlie, life is good. You know, at certain times, me always in the UK,
Okay.
every winter time, when it gets to, you know, end of September, October, hey, the weather changes. And you know what? Even though I've been
The
there
negative,
almost all my life,
Yeah.
I never fully got acclimatized to it.
Oh.
And you know, coming here sometimes, you're here and you're sweating. You're like, hey, Charlie, I'm sweating. But I think, you know what? The sweat or the cold?
Yeah. Which one do
I'll
you prefer?
take the sweating. So yeah, I mean, coming home, it's been a real experience. It's really the transition, almost freeing your mind, lifting yourself, and coming here. It's been therapeutic in many ways, a challenge in others, and you know, the hope of doing what you come to do here as well. So it's been many things, and then there's also the frustrations as well, which I think sometimes for me, it's been preparing for. It's speaking to people and saying, hey, what are the frustrations when you come to Ghana? Being aware of them and trying to make sure you don't overexpose yourself to too many frustrations, so you can enjoy the journey and take it a step at a time.
Yeah, definitely. I have to second everything that you said.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to second everything you said. If you, and you know, a very very wise man once taught me, chien,
This one I know where it's coming from.
It came from somebody.
Somebody, I'm not going to mention
Which one? The guy over there?
The guy over there.
This one I know.
I'm telling
Wow,
you,
interesting. But
yeah.
I know it's one of the things people really consider when moving back to Ghana. It's accommodation. How were you able to do it? What's the magic?
The magic. Okay,
You know what,
so
I'll
then-
say-
Because here in Ghana, you don't pay monthly or
Yeah.
mortgage or whatever they call it over there.
Yes.
You pay in advance, like let's say 2 years
Yeah.
minimum.
Yes.
How were you able to do it?
How are we able to do it? Did you want to take the question?
You know what? It's a couple of things. I always say everybody has to take stock of where they are. You have to decide, how much money can I save? How much money do I need? And these are where asking the questions beforehand is the most important and critical part, because my money is different from your money. But whatever it is, you have to know what your money can get you. And are you happy to live that standard of life? And I think that's the most important thing, because it's almost like me, this is what I can do. But I've prepared years for it. The question is, what can you save? And how do you want to live? And then sort of taking it from there. So that's my advice to people, because you look at me and you're like, oh, but me, I can't have the opportunity, or I can't save. Well, you may have 5 times more money than I have, but it's all about how do you want to live. And coming home, you get a chance to redefine yourself and redefine how you want to live. And you know, that's where me personally, my advice would be.
Definitely. Cut your coat according to your size.
Yeah,
Most
exactly.
definitely, yeah.
Don't buy too much material that you can.
Hey.
But you know, one thing two people are most interested in, they keep asking me, when we bring our kids, what kind of school are we going to send them, playgrounds, and for the kids to also have their life.
Yeah.
How do you do that too with the kids?
Yeah. We just going back to what you asked, we do have a lovely family Airbnb, which is something that enabled us to come personally. So if there's anybody that does want to reach out, I'm sure we can leave the description, the place in the description box, and then we can move from there. In regards to the children, schooling, we've always homeschooled. We've always homeschooled. So what we have done, the reason we homeschooled was, I think, maybe 3 reasons. It was to instill a worldview in our children where they could look at things subjectively and critically. So have that critical thinking where they're taught not what to think, but how to think. Also to be exposed to people of different ages, different backgrounds, so they weren't really like in a place where they would have to just be in one space. And of course, every day is a school day. School isn't just sitting at the desk learning. So having this conversation is learning something. Going out doing agriculture is learning something. So it gave us the freedom not to be tied into the system, but to be able to learn the academics as well as the life skills together. So homeschooling for us in the UK was amazing, because it meant that we could have the activities. I mean, 1 minute we'd be doing voluntary work with old people, another minute we would be doing agriculture or farming or baking, or so all of that. And I mean, coming to Ghana, you can just imagine that's been maximized 10 times.
Wow.
Because we can do all sorts. And it's unfortunate that we got caught during lockdown, because at that time everything was kind of locked in. So we're now trying to navigate our way, find things to do. But in Ghana, there's always something to do.
Wow.
The opportunity for those coming in the West, we have the advantage of having like mini parks and things like that, museums. Here there are a few of those things. So for those people, it's an opportunity though. I always say, as people, we should be solution finders and problem solvers. So if there's a gap and somebody feels that it's something they can do to enable children to experience a different way of life, then people coming from the West, by all means, bring all of that. Our children can all enjoy and experience it, you know?
You know, I went to somewhere close to Dodoa, and I discovered a nice restaurant. It has a park for children and also has a swimming pool.
Okay.
I don't mind we go there and visit and then make a video on that.
That would be great. Yeah. That would be great.
That'd be
So
good.
when I saw that, I had you in mind. I was like,
Oh.
I had to take you and the Chakfon family to that place and have a feel about it.
Wow.
Are you happy being home?
Home is where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. And you know, there's a lot of, what can I say? Coming back, it makes us realize that because we haven't been in the system for a long time, we're not naturally from here. But if our parents could leave their native land and go somewhere where it's cold, where it's hostile, and make a life there for themselves, we welcome the challenges that we're here.
Exactly. Interesting.
And overcoming those challenges actually makes us feel like we're one step closer to being in the system, you know. So we don't even say we're lowering our expectations. We don't say we're changing them. We just say every day we are getting used to the system and we're loving it.
Mike? Home is home.
Home is home. Home is home. So, you know, I look here, you see the sea, you look up, you see the sun every day.
You can even experience the breeze.
You can feel the breeze. And for me, it's the legacy. It's the having the hope of doing something for the children. You know, for a long time, we prepared them. We told them, this is Ghana, this is where you're from, this is the continent. And to start to put things in place, which hopefully they too can enjoy, benefit, and give something back to Ghana, so that, you know, there's that saying, it takes many small drops to make a mighty ocean. And we want to bring our small drops and add to it and see what will happen in the future. So we were tired of talking about it or complaining about the problems, but, you know, try to be part of the solution.
So guys, it's really interesting. There's a lot of questions running through my mind, but the video too is getting longer. Maybe we'll do a part 2 of this section to share more, because they really have a lot to share. The kids, they are super smart and intelligent. You wait till I call them in and then you see. But they have a YouTube channel that they run. That's Destination Africa.
Yes.
A little touch on that.
Okay, a little touch on that. So the main reason why we came to Ghana was to start Destination Africa. We had started it back in the UK. It was started because we found the children over there were not speaking their languages, didn't know much about their history, their heritage, or their culture. So we started it to enable not just our children to be able to speak the language, but to start it so that by the time that they're older, if they're looking for a plumber, they will not look for a plumber outside of their community. They will look for it inside their community. So it grew and grew and grew. We had about 60 families that had joined, but home was calling. So since then we've come home and we've started it. We do those online. So again, we will leave the description.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the description box so that you guys can check it out.
Yeah. And the channel is Destination Africa Group TV. And in that, we talk about African parenting, preparing us for anything that maybe wasn't explained to us when we were growing up. And of course, interview people to help us along with the journey that they've had, to leave something, because we don't really document things. So just to leave something.
And to share knowledge, I think, you know, I used to say, if you are fortunate enough to have an uncle or father who will sit you down and share with you that wisdom, you are great and you are fortunate. But for those who didn't, or for those who are looking for more, we have great people within our community who are willing and happy to share.
I see a finger pointing out somewhere.
It's the guy got the boots over there.
All right, guys. So I'm sorry, forgive me, but I know you really enjoyed it, and you've learned one or two things because it's very informative. I'm bringing the video to an end, but wait, I can't do that without introducing the kids. You know, they are my favorite, my besties. You know, I love them so much.
Uncle Nee's not interested in that.
So
He doesn't care about
I'll
that.
be introducing them to you, just to, you know, see what I'm talking about. So, Ashida, you there? Come on, please, come on.
Okay. Actually, everybody come because we're all
everybody come. Everybody come. Okay. Come on.
Really?
Oh, come on, come on, come.
Oh,
Come
come
to
on,
me.
Niho.
Give me five. Give me five. How you doing?
Nothing away.
You're fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to be like you. Yeah, you see.
Uncle Nee's growing an afro. You know,
Yeah,
you've
I'm
got
doing an afro.
competition.
Yeah.
I want mine to be like big.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
mine.
so I'll come for the
Yeah,
tips from you. Hey, yes. All right, guys. So we have the full house, and we have the family here. And what do we say? You have a way of introducing or doing later. So
Yeah.
Okay, so
We're pulling it back. We're pulling it in.
okay, so this time we're pulling it back, right?
Yeah,
So,
but when we're leaving, then we pull it in.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, all right. So,
okay.
guys, this is their intro, and we pull it in. So, this is the family, and this is my favorite.
Oh,
Adashe.
hey,
How are you?
How did you get favorite status?
How are you?
Adansi.
How
Yeah,
are
Adashe.
you?
15 Adansi years old.
Wow.
How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You're fine?
Oh.
Are you enjoying Ghana?
Yeah.
Wow. What's your favorite food so far?
And I eat jollof rice.
Jollof rice, Ghana
Hey.
jollof.
Yeah.
You like Ghana jollof?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll buy you one. Okay, will you enjoy? Yeah.
Did you ask Uncle his favorite food?
Yeah.
Busan say, what's your favorite?
No, say it in tree. I think with that one I can understand.
Oh, Busan Uncle aduane ope. Busan Uncle me patro aduane be na ope.
JP now open.
I love fufu. Fufu is my best food.
Your match.
Oh, and we
I'm
have
telling you,
here.
yeah.
And we have here.
Asida.
That's it. And
How old are you?
how old are you?
Okay, I am 11 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your favorite food?
My favorite food is jollof.
It's jollof.
It's been jollof.
Oh, okay, okay.
Hey.
That's it.
And yes, sir.
Wait.
Untimi nyo.
Okay. Okay. We are done. Give me one minute. Give me
Why?
1 minute.
Okay, brother.
Okay, go to daddy. Go to daddy. Okay.
You know, indeed.
Okay,
Uncle,
and we have
Again.
Yankwe.
It doesn't matter.
Go and cheese. A Drew was so. A Drew was so.
okay. It's your.
Camera will hold.
So you are
Inshira and I'm 8 years old.
8 years old, and what's your favorite food?
My favorite food is fufu and chicken like too.
Hey, Uncle Nee's met his man.
I met my match. Oh, nice.
I sense a chop bar special
telling
happening.
I love Shoba.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
went to
yeah.
Kumasi. We traveled together with my wife. We went on a project from Kumasi, Ejisu, Obuasi out to Sikiu Rioso.
Yeah.
I ate fufu for
Hey, eat
5
stop.
days continuously, non-stop.
I'm envying
This one,
you.
it's making me weak in the knee.
Oh, nice, nice. And we have okay. And what's your favorite food? I know. TZ.
TZ people,
right?
yeah,
TZ people.
yeah.
So, guys, this is the family. Thank you so much for watching us. You know, one thing I love about these kids, they are super intelligent, and the fact that they are able to speak the local languages alone make me so proud. You know, because you know me, I live my whole life here in Ghana, so sometimes I try to put myself in people's shoes, being born in the diaspora, and they can't speak their language. I know how it feels. It's very difficult. So I'm so proud of them, and I'm so proud of their dad and mom for building their life the African way. God bless you so much.
And you know, one thing I just want to say is just to encourage people. You know, we just want to share our story, just to say, not to say that, oh, we are too good or blah blah blah, but to say to you, you too can do it, regardless
can
where
do it.
you are, regardless of what time or age you realize that, oh, but believe you can do something about it. If you haven't taught your children your language, you can do it. Just take the steps to do so. If you haven't learned the language and you learned it in your adulthood like me, tell yourself you can do it and you can do it. So that's the message that we want to share with everybody.
Okay, Abena, your last message to people about Ghana?
My last message to people about Ghana: Ghana is a beautiful country, offering you the history, the culture, the friendliness. Everybody is welcome. And you know, if you really want to immerse yourself in the culture, like my brothers have said, please do what you can to learn the language, leave something positive for these ones coming up, because we're not going to be here forever.
Exactly. Guys, thank you so much. We've spent so much time. So no long talk. Until then, I see you on my next episode. My name is Niai, aka Ghanaian B. So we sign out. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Two taps on the shoulder,
Finger, and then it's you.
Still pushing, 'cause we will get there.